All right. After taking up the Career Hub program,
Yes.
how have you managed to brand yourself so far?
So let me start from the basics, from where I started. I took the Career Hub because I wanted to quit my job. I was the admin assistant. There's an admin, I was chini yake hapo sasa. So I felt that there's nothing happening for me. So I told Maureen, I had written a resignation letter. I was going to put it on the table, and then someone told me, before you quit, I need you to do a certain program, and I think it's going to be beneficial for you. So I did the first 2 classes with Monesi and Renee. Amazing coaches. So they taught me my strength and how I'm supposed to be a human resource to the company. So at that time, I thought I was not adding value. I was not adding value to the company, but I started seeing myself as a human resource. I started adding value to the company. I started adding value to myself, how I looked, how I talked, how people will, so the way Sarah was saying, what people are saying when you leave the room. So I started working on it, and it's working for me. I started being deliberate with my choices, and I started requesting for more additional roles. As Sarah said, not all promotions are given, you have to ask for it. Yeah. So I started asking for more roles. I felt, now I need to add value. So give me roles, give me challenges. So I kept on requesting. So if my boss is Japanese, so when there was a shift of management, so I took it as an opportunity to ask for more roles. Yeah. So I told my boss, yes, there is Uganda and Tanzania, but can I assist you for Uganda? Wow. Then we'll see how you're going to get there. So right now I'm in charge of Uganda. Yeah.
Making boss moves. Yeah. Thank you so much, Hilda. Maimuna. How has personal branding influenced your personal growth?
So for me, when I came into Career Hub, I think what I believe actually is that I suffered from not being confident. I didn't have the confidence to believe in myself, because inside the institution I was in, even throughout, from when I finished school, opportunities have always come to me. Like people would say things to me like, I'd want you to do this for me, but I never believed that there's something they've seen inside me. So this class actually enabled me have that confidence that I am a very capable person. So first, I did the strength test. There's a website we were given by Renee. She said, just take up the strength test and find out about yourself. I did that, and I was really surprised. Like, this thing really knows me very well. And then second, where I work in my institution, I have really grown, like I said, but I never had the confidence to believe I can lead a team in a task. So my position is a managerial position, but I coordinate directors, because it's that particular task has to be done by 4 directorates. So I have to work with 4 directors every time. And every time I was very timid, I would say. Very timid, very scared. And so I for a year, actually, I didn't have projects I was doing, because this one has a schedule, this one has an opinion, this one has an opinion. So I didn't get things done. So once I took up the Career Hub class, now I felt I'm confident, because I could be able to see what are the things that made me be here. So then I could see, this is from the class. It means I have this. So now I had confidence in myself. And I really struggled in terms, every time in class I would ask Manesi, you really have to do this. For me, I believed in doing your technical work, give it to the people, let them make the decision. But at a managerial level, it causes a lot of havoc. So they need somebody to lead them in a certain direction. I wasn't able to do that. So he would tell me, this part has to be done. So from the class, one of the things I never used to do, for me, the farthest I go is below me. I would ask them, good morning, how are you? But I cannot go above. So now I made an effort to know about my director, know about my CEO, know about my commissioners, something I could not do before, and actually sit down with them and how are you? Fine. How are your kids? How is your family? Where are you? What are you doing? And also, I never communicated often. It was not something I did. So now I was doing it every other few days. I'm there communicating, telling them. Then again, I never advised, which is something I'm very good at. I'm a very persuasive person. It's something I never used. So if there's a problem in the directorate, in the meeting we are having, I would just be quiet, then go back and complain. I was very good at that. People are disorganized. These people don't know what they're doing. But now I was persuading. I was going back and saying, Commissioner, I think we should go this way. Director, let's do this. And a lot of the disorganizations we had previously are not there now. What that did for me now is that I could able to conceptualize projects and get the funding. So I actually went for leave. When I came back, I think this is a new financial year. It starts in July. I haven't been able to sit in terms of tasks that I have, projects that I'm running with. So for me, Centonomy really boosted my confidence in what I am capable of doing. Yeah, so I'd say that.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Now, how about you're a leader? You work with a flow, right? And then you're a lawyer. We know that lawyers know everything. They do a lot of research. If I had any question, I think the person who would really answer me the most would be a lawyer. Because you guys develop interest in almost everything to be good at what you do. Why Career Hub at Centonomy?
I think what for me stood out most is that each of us has a personal journey. Every lawyer has a personal journey. They have dreams, they have desires, they have what they are looking to achieve. So, and for me, the space that I'm stepping into now is forums that involve Africa. So Afleo involves Africa. Yeah. I'm now part of a network of African lawyers, and I need to know and understand how to leverage my strengths, my weaknesses in these forums. One thing that I love about Centonomy is that it taught me the value of networking. I remember sitting in class and telling Mr. Mwenesi that I don't like small talk. I don't like standing in cocktails and just talking about things that really don't matter and people will not remember, especially because everyone has a drink in their hand. I love authentic relationships, and I really wanted to know how to work through that. So now I have a more positive view towards networking. I think it's something I can work with to get to where I want and also to build relationships. I think also authenticity. I'm learning that in this space, every professional wants authentic relationships. Sarah is talking about just your career is a journey. And in this journey you build, it's social capital. You're building your social capital. You're building, people want boys clubs and girls clubs. You know, they want people that they can call at night, not because their office is burning, but because they have a personal issue that they need sorted out, and they can rely on this person. So networking has really taught me that. And I think I'm enjoying myself now in the space that I'm in, and I'm grateful. Yes.
All right, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Andrew, you're a creative.
Yes.
And creatives and Career Hub. I'm trying to, and you know, building a career, I'm just trying to look at both of them and I'm thinking, okay, I thought Career Hub was very good for, you know, careers that have already been defined, but you already realized your path and you decided to take it up. What has Career Hub done for you? What value has it added, apart from you yourself, to what you do? What has it done to what you do and the perception that people have about you as Andrew?
In fact, the whole essence of Career Hub is not just about careers. It's about discovering yourself. And actually, I just graduated last year from USIU. I did marketing. And what I noticed was, in the coursework, we have the lecturers saying, you know, I've traveled all over the world, I've worked with UN, World Bank, you know, they're showing us we've done this all over the world. But then in the textbooks, everything we're learning, it's American case studies. So I would ask them, where are your African case studies? I consider you with the same breadth as all these professionals we read the books about. Because obviously, UN wouldn't have given you that job. So where are your case studies about the African context, the application of these principles and wisdom? And all of them would say the exact same thing. Oh, yes, boy, yeah, you're right, yeah. But they weren't giving me the tools to live out my life and even be impactful within my environment. So as I was learning that in school, I was dissatisfied with the information, and I was seeking people who were real talk, that were giving me the meat of life, because I knew that after graduation I was expected to use my skills in the workplace. And so it was my sister-in-law that told me about this, and I said, okay, yeah, why not? So when I came to this and I'm discovering how each module helps you discover yourselves, I realized that even when I was freelancing before, while I was in school, I was doing things the wrong way. I thought it was all about my technical skill at saying that, oh, just because I say I'm a photographer, you're going to give me the job. I did not listen to your need first and say that, oh, I have this skill that can meet your need. That was one of the things that opened my mind. Another thing was looking at how I can serve people and not thinking of how I can take from people. And it helped me learn that networking is not about getting people's business cards and say, oh, this is my business here, call me, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. But it was more of looking at a person as a human being. They came here for a reason, to connect with other people, to build their brand, their career, their environment first. And when I started applying some of these things, that's when I started noticing I'm impactful in people's lives, and it made me also put myself in check. Because we've had these stories of how, intern A will come in and you've been there for a while and this intern just shoots to the top. And you're like mad at yourself, I've been here for a while, why are they going to the top? I started figuring out, oh my God, because they are listening to what the company wants. And I realized you can switch out company for yourself or the person you're connected to or the person you're trying to connect with. Understanding where they are. And Career Hub helped me that understanding going through the program.
Amazing. That's really amazing. I think you're speaking what Sarah said at some point, because again, if you do not understand who you are and what you need to achieve, there is no way you'll align yourself to an organization's goal. And that is the only way your brand will grow and will be seen. Thank you, Andrew. Yvette, wonderful to see you. You look really nice. All right, now you're a lawyer and you're a lady working with so many men. Of course, in that industry, in that space. What are some of the negative attitudes you have experienced after branding yourself as Yvette? And this is what I want, and this is where I'm going, and this is how exactly I'm going to be doing my things. What are some of the negative attitudes or effects that you have experienced while doing that?
That's a really interesting one. So a lot of the attitudes I've experienced have been there from even before I branded myself, but they've continued even going forward. Because before, I noticed that I had this slight problem of not being to really connect with my peers. I easily connect with the people above me, but not really my peers most of the time, because I know how to speak to the bosses. It's easier. I know exactly what they want, and I tend to focus on what they want. But with my peers, first, they meet me and they think, no, she thinks she knows everything. But that's a thing that people brand as a negative thing, when the truth is it's not. So a lot of the things I've been experiencing have been peer-related. People thinking that, who does she think she is? And I'll give you an example. In my company at the moment where I'm working, I've been there for a year. And actually, today marks a year. And I got promoted in June. That's literally not the standard procedure in most places. You're not going to stay in a company for a few months and then be promoted. And the first thing I did was, I heard about promotions. I was being asked, do you have a few peers who you might introduce to us? We're trying to hire. And I said, wait a minute, why are you hiring people and I can do this? So I walked straight to my boss and I said, actually, I think you should make me the senior associate. And she's like, I didn't know you were interested. I'm like, yeah, well, here I am, I'm doing the work anyway, so why not give it to me? And she said, okay. And a few months later, there I was. And the thing is, at that point in time, there was a lot of resistance as well. So you have people who speak to your face, very cordially, very well, but when they go behind your back, they're saying a lot of weird things. They're trying to bring you down. Now, how I'd say manage that, not only work, but also be seen to be working. Because a lot of the times the mistakes we make is that we do our work quietly in a corner. No one knows you're actually doing what you're doing. No one knows the things that you're bringing to the company. Please market yourself. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Ask all the questions in meetings. Stand up for yourself. If something is not working, or if you find an easier way, if you're sitting there and you find the status quo is, not making sense, don't be afraid to change it. Change it in a way that's going to appeal to your bosses, though. That's the other thing. Ensure that no matter what you do, you make your boss look good. You make them look like they're the ones who came up with the idea, Because it doesn't, at the end of the day, they'll see you and remember you're the innovative person. You're the one who came up with this. So it doesn't matter that they're the ones who got credit for it, but they'll always remember, I can go to Yvette. She will come up with solutions every time I come to her. So be that person, no matter who anyone around you is and no matter what they say about you. So we need to learn to shake the negativity. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. What a wonderful panel.